Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Day 88. Just Decision. King Negus was in the middle of a crowd. Jafar stood bravely before him. He talked of a new religion and a new prophet. It was very clear to the king that Jafar was an honest man with a kind heart. Negus asked him, "What is this religion you believe in?" Jafar answered, "Your Excellency, we were evil people. We used to worship idols and commit all kinds of crimes. We used to neglect our relatives. We used to mistreat our neighbors and oppress the weak." The king listened attentively to him. Jafar continued explaining, "When we were in that situation, Allah sent us a prophet who is righteous and honest with a sweet tongue and a smiling face. He taught us to worship Allah and not the idols. He taught us something which we did not know." "Tell us what he taught, so that we can also know it," said Negus. Jafar continued after this encouragement. "We learned from him how to speak the truth. We gave up telling lies. With his light, we have become trustworthy people. We have started to look after and care for our relatives. We have established good relationships with our neighbors. We have stopped murdering people. We have learned not to oppress or kill women and girls. We have spread our protective wings over them. With his help, we have given up bad morals, ill manners, theft, and gambling. We have stopped taking false oaths. We have learned how to speak up against injustices." The king, whose interest was growing, said, "And what else?" Jafar continued, "Because of all these things, these men opposed us and oppressed us. They tortured us. They prevented us from worshipping Allah. For that reason, we asked the Prophet ﷺ for his permission to leave our country. The Prophet ﷺ advised us to come to your country, and here we are. We are seeking asylum with you. We are hoping that under your protection we can worship in peace and leave behind all our difficulties and suffering." The king liked what Jafar said. He asked, "All right, do you have anything with you from the Prophet ﷺ?" Jafar said, "Yes, we do," and took out some pages from the Quran and started reciting them. As he read, tears started coming down the cheeks of the king. The tears, which wetted his beard, were a sign of his belief in the Prophet ﷺ. The monks were also excited. They had read about the characteristics of the last prophet in their books. The signs matched the reality completely. They had tears of joy. So this was the expected prophet. He had come in Makkah. Aware of this, the king turned to the pagans and said, "I swear to Allah that I will never surrender them to you. I could never think of harming them. Be gone with you." The pagans did not want to believe what was happening. The king returned the gifts they had brought. He turned to the Muslims and said, "Go and reside in the best part of my country and live happily. Happiness and peace of mind are your right." While the Muslims settled down in the security of Ethiopia, Islam was spreading everywhere by word of mouth. People now heard that the last prophet, named Muhammad SAWW, had come and was living in Makkah.